Yeah. Should we start that session, sir?
It is up to you now. It is 38, I think.
38. They can join, sir. No, not an issue.
Okay.
Shall we start that session?
So we will be going up to 4, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes,
Then we can start, sir.
okay, sir. Yeah, good afternoon, one and all. Today is the fourth day of 10 days short-term training program. Today, our resource person, Ajit Kumar, Assistant Professor of School of Education from IGNO. He has completed M.Ed in Science Education, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kerala, MSc Physics and MPhil Education, University of Calcutta, Kerala, and PGDDE, IGNO, New Delhi, and qualified UGC NET in Education. He started career as higher secondary teacher and has 11 years of experience in teaching. He has published edited books, research papers, and articles in national and international journals and presented papers in various seminars and conferences. Presently, he is one of the coordinators of the program Postgraduate Diploma in Educational Technology (PGDET) and coordinator of the program Postgraduate Certificate in Adult Education (PGCAE). Areas of interest: science education, educational technology, statistics in educational research, teacher education, and higher education. We are welcoming you, sir. Thanks for
Thank
giving
you.
this time for us.
Thank you,
Dear
sir. It's my
participants,
pleasure.
once again we are giving an apologies regarding the session timings are changed due to SARS high pressure in this area. We are welcoming you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nagaraji.
Sir,
Nagaprasadji.
sir, welcome.
Sir, you are recording this session in YouTube or in Zoom? Zoom, you are recording in YouTube. It is going live.
Yeah, in YouTube also it is live, sir. We are
Okay.
given live stream also.
Great.
Why? Because some of the participants can see in the YouTube.
Great.
That
Great.
is the reason we are given YouTube live also, sir.
Great. I think since it is afternoon session, many teachers are sleeping that way. I think they might have taken too much of food. So that's why the number is
No,
maybe.
sir.
So I'm
They
just
increase.
joking. No, just I'm joking. So maybe when the lecture goes on, there can have chances of coming the graph down. I don't know. Usually this happens with the students also. Before starting my session, I'm sending some link in the website. This is Mentimeter link. There is a simple question in the Mentimeter. You just answer that. Okay, it's nothing but we can have two kind of interaction. One the chat box. I am just using Mentimeter for that. Just take the Mentimeter link. I'll take from the link there. There. Yeah, participants, now it is in the chat box. This is one website link, www.menti.com. You just click on that link, then you have to give a code 106692. So meanwhile, I'll share my screen. I'll share this screen first. Let me see some people are answering. You click on that link given in the chat box. Then you give this code 1062 6692. It's a simple question that we're asking for your designation. I just want to see the audience profile. It won't take that way much time. 1-2 minutes. You can minimize the zoom window. Yeah, coming in. Nagaprasad ji, you can see the screen now. This is Mentimeter screen. What I am showing. Nagaprasad sir, you can unmute and
Yes, yes, sir.
you can see the Mentimeter screen
Yeah,
now.
yes, sir. I'm seeing that, and I'm also entering in that.
Okay, great.
I'm also interested on that.
Okay, sir. So you have many funny kids at your home, so that we can listen to their voice also. That's why you are keeping unmuted. Good to see that you have loving kids at your home. So you are people from, I mean, like not only from your state, it is coming from different parts.
Yes, sir. So many participated are joined in that from Delhi, West
Okay.
Bengal,
Okay.
Maharashtra.
Okay.
So many persons are participated from Tamil Nadu also, sir.
Great. Anyone from my state, Kerala? Yes,
Yeah,
some.
from Kerala also is there, sir.
Great. Uh, Friends, I have only 4 answers now. Somebody is typing their name also, very good name. Sushama Chalke. Great. I was asking for your profile, like where you are working designation, whether you are a school teacher or higher secondary or college teacher or university. Faculty. You have school teachers? No.
Yes, school teachers also there, sir.
Okay.
Around 4 to 5 school teachers also there.
Okay. But mostly people are from higher education.
Yes, sir. From mostly people are from higher education only.
I was asking all the participants to go to their chat window. There is one website, I mean, like given a link, menti.com. You click on that link, then they will ask for your code. You click on that code, then you can see your designation, please. That way, one question will be there. So you have to just answer that. Still, people are sleeping, I think. So you should not keep, FTP at this time. And it's very easy to sleep in online mode also. That way, simply switch on Zoom and keep your earphones ready. Oh no, I by mistake I went to that. So friends, I am not waiting for, since I have enough input from Dr. Nagaprasad, I am just sharing my presentation. Then I'll be talking about, like the social media tools which you can use. Absolutely, there is not that way something very big in the social media. How we can use the social media tools for teaching learning. Even then, we have to be aware about the popular social media tools and how you can use those social media tools in the teaching learning process. And just to come to my presentation. can keep your mute, mic in mute position, Dr. Nagaprasad. Okay, I'll just see the comment box and we'll move accordingly. The chat box is there. So no issue. If I have any questions, I'll be putting it in the chat box. See, even in the morning, I was giving a lecture on online teaching tools and e-content development, and that's why I shifted my session to the sleeping session, the afternoon session. Coming to my slide, this is something like a classroom situation where you are seeing two sides. One, the old, which is not so old the way we think. On the other side, something like a new normal. No, now we are not a new, like a normal persons. When we are going to the market, when we are going to the colleges, universities, we wear masks, we sanitize our hand, we take so much of precautions to get rid of this pandemic, the Corona-19. So this is not a normal world. This is not a normal human being. This is something new. So we are in a new normal classroom nowadays. And the old which you are seeing on the left side, this is also not so old the way we think. Just reduce and do something else. I'm just taking something else. Okay, kindly wait. Yeah, let's go. So you can see my slide now. Just can anyone reply in the chat box? You can see my slide, which is showing something about old versus new normal classroom. Yes, great, thank you. See, what is happening nowadays is the photographs, the pictures that you are seeing on the left side of my screen presentation slide. This is old, which is maybe a 4 month back. In a normal teaching learning situation, in a normal classroom, which we also call conventional face-to-face physical classrooms that way, the predominant process which was happening in the classrooms were teaching, where the teacher and the students will be physically present in the classroom, and the whole teaching learning process was happening that way, teaching learning. In every classrooms, not in every classrooms, but there is a tendency of giving assignments, home assignments to the students. It can take some other forms also, like it can take like in higher education, some projects are also projects we are also giving. So we are teaching, then we are giving assignments to which the response will be in papers, making use of the pen or pencils. Teachers also do conduct examinations. It can take any form that way: unit test, quarterly examination, half-yearly examination, term end examinations, and all. The same way, the response which was made in the assignments were again replicated in this test and examination, where the students will be invited. They will be sitting in the examination hall, will be putting their answers in the answer sheets. So this is also physically visible that way. The teacher and students will be there when this process happens. Maybe I don't know how far we are doing these. Classroom discussions have bigger role in the teaching learning process. Again, both the teachers and students will be present in the classroom discussions. So this was happening that way in a bigger way in the normal teaching learning process, in a conventional classroom, in a normal teaching learning classroom, face-to-face classroom. Now, because of this pandemic, because of this, what we call the COVID-19, the whole process is now shifting to some kind of a space which we call the cyberspace, the electronic space, the e-learning scenario, whatever name we can say, we can add to that. So the whole process which was happening in a physical settings are now shifting to a online world, the cyber world. The teaching is now online teaching. Teaching is now online teaching. You are giving assignments to students. Many students do the assignments and submit the PDF copy. They will scan and submit. They will do it in Microsoft Word, maybe the popular one. Sometimes not that way very popular, a little bit problematic when we organize the examination in online mode. But of course, we have many platforms to conduct online examinations. So these kind of examinations are now turning into online examinations and electronic examinations. And the most popular word which we use in the online teaching learning process is discussion forum or online discussion. So the discussions which were happening inside a classroom are now turning into the digital devices, the popular one, mobile phones, and we call that process the discussion forum or some kind of online discussions. Friends, even though I have quoted all these, see, the problem is teaching is very easy to conduct in a college or school. Teaching, only thing is that the teacher has to be physically well, and then he goes to the classroom. Then the teaching learning process happens inside the classroom. But the alternative of teaching, which is online teaching, is not possible that way. Online teaching is not possible that way in a big way. Why? Because we have number of issues on one side when we are shifting our teaching learning process into the online world. Nothing but on the digital divide is one of the reasons that we can quote when we are teaching in a online teaching world. Digital divide, many students doesn't have that much of capacity maybe, or they lack the digital devices which will help them to listen to your online classes through Google Meet or any kind of online teaching platforms. So this is not possible that way all the time. This is possible all the time when the teacher is perfectly fit, physically fit, that way, even the students also. So this is possible if it is 200 academic days in a academic calendar or academic year. The teacher can completely, go to the classroom for 200 days, and this can be perfectly, completed. But this is not possible. You cannot teach all the time 200 academic days in an online teaching world because of the fact that I was quoting the digital divide, then the signal issues. If the state is receiving, rainfall in a big way, then there can have signal issues and all. So this is possible all the time. This is not possible all the time. Then the second alternative for the teachers is they can shift to what about learning materials, which I am showing in the down part of my slide. What about learning materials? Yes, of course, we need to develop many learning materials, which we call the digital teaching learning material, or simply the digital learning materials, or the most popular term would be e-content. So let me repeat again, friends, teachers, teaching not possible all the time. Like online teaching. So to support your teaching learning process or your students, you need to develop digital learning resources, digital learning materials, or e-content. So all these things then fall into the e-content category. All these which I am showing on the right side: electronic assignment, online discussions, and all. Coming to my second slide, we have just to give an information regarding how you can go about in a online teaching process. Maybe 2-3 weeks back, the government of India has given this guideline, Prakyada guidelines for digital education. It is explaining how much amount of time you can spend in a elementary classroom, in a higher education classroom. So just go and visit this Prakyada guideline. It is very much available in the internet. Prakyada. The national education policy, which is coming after maybe 34 years, it's also I mean, like talking much about integration of technology in the teaching learning process. So what I'm saying is, it's not the pandemic which is making us to use all the technologies. This can be one of the reasons, and that's why people are using these technologies in the teaching learning process right now. But it's not absolutely not that one of the major reasons. Now we are facing students who are digital natives. Most of the students who, I mean, like those who are born after 1980s, 1985, they are falling under this digital natives category. So they like to play with, they like to study with whatever digital devices they have. So that could be also one of the major reasons. Even after pandemic also, we can make use of technologies, and the use of technologies is getting popular in big way in all the teaching learning processes, irrespective of the level of education, elementary to higher education or PhD level. Then, when then since I was quoting all those, I mean, like the conventional and the pandemic classrooms, maybe that way we can go. We are also then not a new, I mean, like normal teachers. We are digital teachers now. Digital teachers. So the role of the digital teachers, as I said, since online teaching is not possible all the time, then two major roles that we can play is we can either create e-content or we can curate e-content. Very important that way. E-content creation, you need to develop skills for developing e-content. How we can create audio materials, video materials, animations, images, interactive videos. Oh, a lot of many options are there when we are going running behind the creation of e-content. So you need to develop. Absolutely, you need to develop. Or maybe since the last 2-3 sessions were on the digital initiatives of India, your second role will be, I mean, like you have to just curate content from, you have to just collect content from all those digital repositories which we have, which was developed by our country, government of India. Like Swayam Prabha might, I hope, might have given an understanding about Swayam Prabha. The Swayam, which is of course a MOOC platform, but you will get resources from there also. Then there are many like virtual labs. You have school education repositories like NROER, NDL, National Digital Repository. So those who are not that way very much techno-friendly, techno-savvy, maybe if they are falling into the digital immigrants category who are born before 1980, they can better play this role, e-content curation. Just search for the materials available in the internet. So this is what we call the e-content curation. But you cannot use all those materials for your teaching learning purpose. You have to like, one minute. My voice is clear. Somebody please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your
Yeah,
voice
your
is
voice is clear.
Okay, thank you. I was getting some calls in the mobile. I am using my Wi-Fi. So when Wi-Fi call comes, my internet is getting disconnected. It should not happen that way. So friends, we were in this slide, e-content creation. You go for creating e-content. Okay, this will be your lifetime maybe asset that way. And when you upload it in the YouTube, of course, it will be there for a longer duration. Or go for e-content curation. When you are going for teaching learning in the online or offline world, we have these two possibilities, online and offline teaching. Both are possible that way. When you are going for online or offline teaching, now we are digital teachers that way. Okay, you have two possibilities. Either go behind the synchronous teaching learning approach, or you can go to the other end, which is asynchronous teaching learning approach. Synchronous and asynchronous teaching. Synchronous, very simple that way to discuss synchronous. When you are in a normal teaching learning situation, you meet your students, you can have direct interaction with your students. This is what was happening in a normal classroom when we are meeting the students physically in a normal classroom. The one which I was putting into the old versus new. The old classrooms were mostly synchronous in nature, where both the teachers and students were sitting together and they were discussing the I mean, like they were engaged in the teaching learning process. So a teaching learning process where both the teachers and students are in the same point of time when they are engaging, participating in the teaching learning process. At the same time, this is synchronous teaching learning approach. And whatever you are doing where you and students are not present physically at the same time, I mean, like not that way, what I'm saying, when you are not engaging or participating in the teaching and learning process at the same time, this is then asynchronous. Suppose you are sending a mail to the students requiring the students to submit some home assignment or project report. You are sending a mail. You are sending at one point of time. The students are seeing the mail maybe after 1 or 2 days or 1 week. Maybe students will see students see after 1 month. So this is asynchronous. You send your mail at one point of time, students see at some other point of time. So this is of course definitely falling into this category, asynchronous. Synchronous is when you are making a phone call to the student, maybe a WhatsApp call, a Facebook call, Skype call, any call, Google Meet call, Google Meet classrooms, all those fall into the synchronous category where the students and teachers are meeting or talking or interacting in the engaged in the teaching learning process at the same time. Very simple that way, synchronous and asynchronous to teaching learning process. To quote few synchronous teaching learning tools, live lecture, this is what is in a big way happening in our country, right? Not in our country itself. Many of the countries they make use of synchronous teaching learning tools, and live lecture is happening in a big way. And either they make use of Google tools because most of the Google tools are free to use that way. Maybe WhatsApp messages. If both the teacher and students participate in a chat discussion, then it is synchronous. If the teacher is sending a message to the student, students see at some other point of time, then again it is a chat or messaging, then it is falling into the asynchronous teaching learning category. So chat can be both in this synchronous category or it can fall under asynchronous teaching learning category. Like IGNO was using the teleconferencing, IRC conferencing, I mean like radio conferences. We will be going to the studio, which is there in the IGNO portals. We will be interacting with the students, which is of course a live program. So this is audio video conference that way. So when it is happening, when the students and teachers participate in the same process at the same time, then it is again into the synchronous category. As I said, discussion also happens, which we call the discussion forum. We call it also discussion board also, discussion board. So we have a number of tools for that also, discussion board. See, whatever is not happening, what you are seeing on the left side, which is falling into synchronous category, then rest of the all the teaching learning activities are mostly, I mean like not mostly, they are definitely falling under the asynchronous category, asynchronous teaching learning tool. Images, you are developing some image which is related to any concept of your in your subject, you can send that to your students, let the students watch at their own convenience, anytime, anywhere kind of learning. You develop, as I said, e-content which is in video format, then of course you can send to the students in different ways. Either you post it in your personal website or you make use of YouTube channel. So again, that can be watched by the students anytime, anywhere. Similarly, with audio programs, emails, you create, especially those who are from language background, they can create, go behind blogs and all. Pretty simple. So we have synchronous teaching learning approach, asynchronous teaching learning approach. Some of the tools which you are seeing in this is related to social media. That way, this is the topic of our discussion. Some of the tools which I am quoting here, again, it is falling into the social media. Let us see how it will be falling into the synchronous or asynchronous category. Let us see. Friends, I was saying, quoting this again, like, see, we have the synchronous tools, which happens at the same time. I was simply taking some screenshot the IGNOS teleconferencing session, the conferencing or the webinars conducted live by the NCRT, which is, but it's not that way very much related to higher education. But of course, the higher education teachers can also have a visit to the CIET website, Center for Information Education Technology. If I'm not wrong, this is a unit of what we call the NCRT, Central Institute of Educational Technology. Now I remember Central Institute. They have conducted number of webinars. Just type CIET in Google browser, you will reach the CIET website. They have conducted number of webinars, and all those webinars are mostly related to e-content development. E-content development. How you can create Google Classroom, how you can create Google Forms, how you can use softwares for creating cartoons, animations, and many more to that list. So all those were live. So this is definitely what we call the synchronous tools. Coming back to the webinar conference tools, these were actually designed for doing the webinars and conferences, especially in the business world. But right now, since it is pandemic, it is in a big way used in the teaching learning industry, teaching learning processes. Google Meet, we started actually with Zoom, but since there were many security issues, most of the teachers shifted to Google Meet. Of course, we have many alternatives. You can see big blue button, Microsoft Teams, very good popular software, but it is a paid software. GoToMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Skype. Of course, it was not that way very popular, but you can accommodate 50 people in Skype. So for a teacher who is having some 50 number of students, of course, they can go behind Skype also. And an Indian alternative came very recently, which is the GeoMeet from the Reliance industry. Reliance means you can accommodate 100 people in a GeoMeet session. Then this is timeless, I mean like unlimited in time, like Google Meet. We don't have any time restriction, but the Zoom is having time restriction of 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So people are in a big way using Google Meet, but it is not that a very good tool like Zoom, where we have a number of facilities. Many of these facilities which are available in Zoom is also equally available in GeoMeter. So if you get any time, you can access this in your desktop, laptop, in mobile as well. So give a try to GeoMeet. Let us see whether we can use all these tools. So this is of course a synchronous tool, or because I am at one point, then the students are receiving my lecture at the other end, but the teacher can communicate with each and every student. One-to-one communication possible. When you are using any online lecture, if it was a conventional face-to-face lecture, then we were using blackboards. We were using the blackboards in the conventional teaching. Now, in an online teaching learning process, the black is changing to white, and we call whiteboard. There is not that way very big reason behind that, but in a online teaching learning process, we make use of whiteboards. These are some of the popular whiteboards. Microsoft Whiteboard, you can click simply your start button in your desktop or laptop, and you can search for Microsoft Whiteboard. If it is not available, you can Google that. Google Jamboard, of course, Google is having number of tools which are very much that way free. So you can go behind Jamboard also. OpenBoard is a free software you can download from the website. Whiteboard again is a free software you can download from the website. Just to give a demo to the Jamboard. I'll just go to my Zoom window again. Go to new share, maybe this screen. Sir, you can see my email. Participants, anyone please? Chat, you can chat.
Yes, yes, we can see.
Okay. I'll just go to my email. This is the place where these people are already aware of. I'll click on this Rubik's Cube, 9 dots. Then you can see all the, I mean like tools coming out. You can take this Jamboard. I'll just click on Jamboard. Just click on Jamboard. You can see the Jamboard coming in. So you can see 2-3 Jamboards here. I'll click on to create a new Jamboard. I'll click on this plus button on the right side bottom part. I'll just click on plus button. Friends, I'm just clicking on. I just clicked on this plus button. You can see new Jamboard coming in. Just yeah, new Jamboard is ready that way. It's just coming. So the use is I'm giving a online lecture to make your students interactive, to make your students attentive in your classroom. You can use one of the easiest ways. You can use your chat box, or you can make use of the whiteboards. So whiteboard is ready. I'll just give a title in the beginning. This is maybe Tara College. Tara College, that way. Tara College. I'll give a title. Okay. So this is a Jamboard now. You can change the color to white, black. If you want to blackboard that way, which you are seeing in the conventional classroom blackboard, we can make. For the time being, I'm just making it white only. We have pens here. I'm just taking the pen. You have number of pens. Pen, this is marker, this is highlighter, this is brush. Color combinations you have. I'm just clicking on pen, then some red color. I'm teaching physics. E is equal to, I just will keep on writing like E is equal to MC square. That way, writing with mouse is little complicated. But those who are skilled in writing using mouse, of course, they can go with that. So this is E is equal to MC square. Now I see if I want to clear this frame blackboard, I can simply click on clear frame, or I can use this eraser. I'll just click on eraser and just erase that, or I'll just click on clear frame. Then everything will be cleared. I'm bringing, suppose I'm teaching physics for maybe degree college students. I want them to show some big equations. What I'll do, the simplest way, what I suggest to my participants is just to write all those equations in a white paper, click an image of that, then you can import that image to your computer, then you can insert that image. So to insert image, you have something like add image here. I'll just click on add image. I'll just click on add image. Then it will ask for where you have saved the images. I'll just select from my computer. Select files from your device. Just select from device. This is a physics. Since I am from physics, I just take a physics which I just got downloaded from the Google, which is of course not that way good to take something from Google. We have a number of options, but let us see. So now this equation is here. I mean, like the derivation we call that way. Just enlarge the screen. You can simply enlarge, drag to a place where it is, where you want to bring it. So you can enlarge as much as possible. See, this is a big derivation in physics. It is difficult for the teacher to write all these equations using the mouse pointer. So what I'll do, I'll write this using my pen. I'll get a photograph of that. I'll share to my WhatsApp or to my email using my mobile device. Then it is there in my computer or desktop. When I'm taking class, I'll import that by clicking this add image. Number one. Number two, when I'm teaching, suppose I want to project focus at this point, we have laser, I mean like tools here, laser tools. Laser tools, you are aware. I mean like when we are giving a lecture using the PowerPoint in a LCD projector, we use some kind of a red light. So we have some kind of a red light, which is the laser. Laser, you can just click on this laser and you want to bring the attention of your students to this box. So I'll just draw a circle here. See, after drawing, it simply goes off, it simply vanishes that way. So students will get some kind of a attention to this point that way. So just to make students, I mean like attention of the important point that you are using, I mean like discussing, you can use the laser pointer. Now again, we have something like a sticky note. I'll just click on sticky note. When I'm clicking on sticky note, something of this kind, then you can type. You don't have to take the trouble of writing something. Maybe I'll just write like a differential equation, something here. Since it is a differential equation, I'll just give say. So friends, some differential equation is here. You can simply take to some place wherever it is required. Okay. So this is, if this is differential equation, I'll just make use of my pen and I'll draw a line here, some kind of an arrow marking again. So this shows this is a differential equation. So that way you can make use of this Jamboard when you are teaching in your classroom. This is not, I mean, like even if it is, I am bringing under the term synchronous teaching learning process. When you are giving a lecture, when you are making any e-content, video e-content, there also you can make use of this Jamboard. Okay, so not only in synchronous teaching learning or when we are giving a online lecture, it's absolutely not like that. It is up to you, your creativity, which you know, which decides how you have to use this Jamboard. Okay, we don't have time, so otherwise I would have shown the Microsoft whiteboard also. Just click on this start button and you can get the Microsoft whiteboard. Let me see the chat window once. Oh, somebody was asking how to download. You don't have to download this Jamboard. Simply go to your email, then click on this Rubik's Cube, something like a Rubik's Cube on the right side. Simply click on that. The Jamboards will appear in Google. This is a Google tool that way. Google tool. So if it is not appearing here, you can click on more from G Suite Marketplace. Then it will take you to a new window where you can see the Jamboard if it is not appearing. The tools that you are using more frequently, that can be shifted to this place that way. Okay, you can align the position of the tools. Okay, now that is done. Now I will be coming back to my presentation again. Let me, presentation is visible. Okay, whiteboard. Now when you are making use of what we say the synchronous teaching tool, you can make use of tools for making classes interactive, like Padlet is there. Since it's not that way a social media tool, I'm not getting into that. Otherwise, I would have shown how it is used. You can use classroom screen Mentimeter. This is what I was using in the beginning to get your input regarding your designation and all. Mentimeter, a very good popular tool. All these are very popular that way to make your classrooms interactive. Coming to the chatting tool, WhatsApp is not nothing to discuss that way. You can go to Google browser and see WhatsApp web. Then you can use WhatsApp in your computer also. Coming to the asynchronous tools, very much important that way. This is what where our social media tools also play a major role. Social media tools. Social media tools can also be in the synchronous category. Why? Because when we are using the Facebook for giving any lecture, this is a synchronous tool. When you are using Facebook for giving any lecture, this is synchronous tool. After giving Facebook lecture, the Facebook automatically saves the lecture and that will be available in your Facebook account all the time. So in that way, then it turns to be a asynchronous tool or asynchronous technology. If you want to go behind the asynchronous tools, then you have to develop e-content. They are nothing but the digital teaching learning resources. E-content is nothing but their digital teaching learning resources. Number of digital teaching learning resources you can see in the slide. Few I have just quoted: visuals, text, games, e-journals, database, presentation, audio, video, simulation, animation. You will find number of forms of e-content, number of types of e-content when you search for e-content type. But friends, teachers, I would suggest you to, maybe for the time being, at least for beginners, they can go behind the quadrant approach, the 4-quadrant approach, which is very much popular in the MOOC platform of Government of India, which is the Swayam platform. Those who have done any program from Swayam platform, those who have done any MOOC program from the Swayam platform, they are very well aware of this approach, the quadrant approach. They make use of the, just minimize and switch off my 1 minute WhatsApp. That's why you are hearing this plus plus plus. from current slot. So friends, this is 4-quadrant approach of e-content development. My slide is visible now. Anyone in the chat box? Yes. Yes. It's visible. Yes. Thank you. So teachers, I would suggest 4-quadrant approach where we have to develop those who have done MOOC courses from what we call the MOOC Swayam platform, they might have seen this kind of an alignment. It's not known to the audience that way, but those who are developing any MOOC program, they follow 4-quadrant approach. In quadrant 1, they make use of these many digital tools. E-content. Quadrant 2, it is nothing but their digital textbooks, e-books. Quadrant 3 is discussion forum. In MOOC programs, they have in Swayam platform, they have inbuilt mechanism for conducting discussion forums. Of course, there are other platforms you can make use of what we call the discussion forum. MCQ, testing students' understanding using the e-assessment tools. Again, the what we call the Swayam platform have these facilities, but those who are doing MOOC programs from Swayam, they also attend the term and examination, visiting some computer centers. So I would suggest you to develop, the teachers to develop follow the 4-quadrant approach. In quadrant 1, you can go behind videos or audio programs. In quadrant 2, you can develop e-books and discussion forum also. E-assessment tools, of course, we need to have these. See, now coming to the development e-content. So we are going behind the asynchronous teaching, where we will come across what we call the social media tools also. When we develop any kind of asynchronous tools or e-content which is asynchronous in nature, by that I mean you develop the e-content and that will be given to the students, will be distributed or sent to the students, and they will watch their own convenience. When you are developing any e-content, you have to follow this ADDIE model of instructional designing, which is not there that way there in our normal teaching, in a conventional teaching learning process. We make use of some like lesson plans we have. But when you are developing any e-content for maybe for school students or higher secondary students, you can develop that way any e-content. You need to have an analysis of the situation, just like constructing a house or home. We will see how much land is available with us. Then we will design a structure for our house. Then we will construct the house, develop it. Then we will start living it. Now the house is ready, the home is ready. We will live in our house. After living, we will make a small evaluation of our house, whether it is suitable for our peaceful living. If something is lacking, we will make additions, corrections in our house. We will repair our house, a new house, that way. So this has to be done when you are planning to develop any e-content, irrespective of the level of education, that way. Again, the e-content has to, so now we are going to create e-content. You can make use of free open source softwares or the what we call the paid softwares. I would like to mention this website, Center for Learning and Performance Technologies. Those who are not that way very much familiar with the technology, there are two ways. Simply you can Google like video creation tools, video development tools, something like that. You can Google and see the tools or softwares available for developing videos. Or you can go to this website, Center for Learning and Performance Management Technologies. You will find many tools which are falling into e-learning, quizzing, learning platforms, screen capture softwares, documentation tools, flip books, presentation tools, graphics, infographics, video, augmented realities, blogging tools, web pages, forms, not that way very much important, group organizers, digital notebooks tools, concept mapping tools, all those. The second option is you can go behind Google Apps. Number of apps are there from the Google company, which is of course very free that way. That is one of the other advantages with the Google applications. go behind Google Classroom. YouTube, of course, is a product of Google, Google Docs, Gmail, Google Site, Google Groups, Google Drive, a lot of options you can take from the Google. Now, the second maybe is using the social media tools, which is one of the focus areas of our discussion today, which is not that way very much. I mean, like, I don't have much to discuss about social media tools. Of course, there are things to discuss, but many of the social media tools already the teachers, the higher education teachers are aware of. Now, I'll just give a chat question. You can come to the chat window. I'm just giving a chat question. Let me come to the chat box. A simple question that way. How many of you have chat? This is going private. I'll make it everyone in the meeting. How many of you have Facebook pages? This is the question. You can. It's very simple question that way. Just to make sure that you are not sleeping in the class lecture. Great, Geetika. I think I know this name, Geetika. Facebook account you have. I have Facebook page. Next question, sir. Are Geetika ji. Great. Do your next question again. It is going private. Why it is going? Do your organization. This is the next question. You can simply chat again. Happy to meet you, Geetika ji, here. Happy to see many, I mean, like, responses on the other side. I'll just take some water. You just keep answering. So this is a mixed group where some of the teachers are making use of Facebook pages. Some teachers organization, they have Facebook pages also. Their organization have Facebook pages. Even in IGNO, we have a Facebook page, Twitter page also, Twitter account. So since we have many number of students in IGNO, the information reaches to the students in a faster way. So this is where we were having social media tools, how we can use social media tools for, if you are not seeing my what we call the PowerPoint presentation, you can simply chat that. Now I am showing social media. I'll take your query, Asia Ji Mubin, maybe at the end of the session. So social media, they are, when we are looking at the definition, we are not that way very much, it's not that way very much required for the to run behind the what we call the definition of social media. But just for the sake of giving some definition, I would like to give this simple definition. They are platforms, software application which will help you to create, share content and participate in social networking or social discussion, simply discussion. So it serves many purpose that way. It will help you to create content, very simple that way. How it is done? See, when you are giving a lecture in YouTube, of course, this is also a social media tool, YouTube. You will give the lecture through YouTube. After your lecture, the lecture will be recorded and will be saved in your YouTube account or YouTube channel. So you are using it for two purposes, like one for giving a lecture, then second, the lecture is getting recorded and saved. So when you are making your lecture public, anyone across the globe can view your what we call the recorded lecture. Very easy that way. So it will help us to create, then share content. You can share the YouTube link to any people. Maybe in the teaching learning process, we will share our YouTube content, YouTube channel link to our students. So whenever you are uploading any YouTube or video in the social media, the YouTube, of course, the students can watch your YouTube. It will again help us to participate. This is very much popular that way in a social networking site. And the popular one is what we call the WhatsApp. You will have a group of people who is having the same mindset, or those who have graduated from the same college, those who have studied in the same school or in the same class. They will create a WhatsApp group, or then they can start communicating or sending messages. Very popular that way. When we are talking about social media, see, I have, even when you are browsing in Google, you will find a number of social media tools, social platforms appearing. You can see number of maybe thousands of social media tools. I have just taken out, I have just, uh, uh, noted these social media tools which can be of use in the teaching learning process. And few of them are not that way very much used, but of course you have the possibility of using. And why? That will be coming in my next slide. Why we are not using all the tools, and why we can restrict or we can choose some of these tools. Facebook, YouTube, again, is a popular social media tool. You can also communicate. You can give comments on your YouTube videos. Any video that you're seeing in YouTube, that is absolutely possible. So that's why it is a social networking platform. Teacher tube, Twitter, WhatsApp, Kaisana, Telegram, Instagram, LinkedIn, Share. These 3, 4, like LinkedIn, which is having a product like SlideShare, ResearchGate, Academia, Google Scholar, Pinterest, Blog, Tumblr, Flickr, Pixabay, social media in LMS, Learning Management System, Skype, Wiki. Maybe we can restrict our lecture. I can restrict at least my lecture to these popular social media tools. Why? Because see, it is up to you. I mean, like, I'm just taking out, I'm shifting to my second presentation for social. So I'll just give a WhatsApp chat message like, you are seeing benefits of social media now. I'm not going to discuss that way. Can anyone chat? I'm sharing benefits of social media. You are seeing benefits of social media in my presentation. Anyone, please? Please. You are seeing benefits of social media in my slide. Yes, thank you. So friends, benefits, we have a number of benefits. Why we are not, why we have to discuss that way? It's not that way very much important, because all the people, all the teachers are already aware of these benefits. Flexibility, it can be repeated. It's convenient to use. We can have easy communication, which is what we are seeing in the WhatsApp right now. Very easily can convey a message. If you have a classroom tomorrow, you can simply post a message in WhatsApp, and it's very instant that way. Availability of expert. When the lockdown began, since I'm working in School of Education, Department of Education, there is a popular Facebook group for the teacher educators. They have conducted around more than 100 Facebook lectures. So experts from various parts of the country were brought into the Facebook, and they were giving a lecture of 1.5 hours every day. So it crossed around 100 lectures. So availability of expert. Students can be engaged, since we can have communication, collaboration is also possible, skill development, parental involvement, everything is possible. Now, what all things can be shared using social media? Of course, as I said, this is why I was restricting my lecture to the 4-quadrant approach of the Swayam platform. You can, of course, share anything, okay? And there is no end to that way when we are talking about e-content. Suppose you have a video lecture that can be shared, that can be given through Facebook or YouTube Live. Again, that can be shared or it will be available. Lecture notes, e-text you can share, text materials, again e-text, assignments, website links you can give, announcements can be made. All these are possible, and this is what we are seeing in what we call this pandemic classroom. Now, friends, this is one of the very important, maybe a slide which I would like to quote. Your role is, when we are diving into the social media platforms, there is no limit that way. You will get hundreds, thousands of social media tools. Your role is very important here. Why? Because since we are finding many social media tools, you definitely need to identify a social media tool which is very popular that way and that is working best for you. You need to identify the best and most popular social media tool. So it is up to you. I will be giving some ideas about the around 20-25 social media tools. It is up to you to choose which social media tool works better for you, works best for you. Maybe if I am quoting, I mean, like most of the teachers now use WhatsApp. This social media tool, the WhatsApp in a bigger way. Rest of the social media tools are not that way very much important. But those who are having many students like 100, 200, 300, 500,000, they can of course go behind Facebook and all. When if you are searching some of the statistics, you can see Facebook is one of the most used social media. It's not restricted to teaching learning industry, but maybe we can say this can be taken to the teaching learning industry also. Facebook, then YouTube, then WhatsApp. So these are the popular social media tools teachers use. Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp. Then the Facebook Messenger, WeChat is not popular that way in our country. Instagram, some teachers, we don't have that much use of Instagram in the teaching learning process, but of course you can try, you can bring in your creativity to use that. TikTok, which is banned in our country right now. QQ, I'm not aware of that. So you can just see Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest. In IGNO, we make use of Twitter. We have a Twitter account in IGNO. Most of the users, messages are converted to Twitter account. So it reaches to millions of students that way when you are making use of Twitter. Again, we have a Facebook page. It will again help IGNOU to make available the news to millions of students who are enrolled in IGNOU. Number one. Coming to Facebook. So since I was showing the statistics on the Facebook, I would like to also mention about how you can use Facebook in your teaching learning process. There are 3-4 ways, using Facebook in the teaching learning process. One is like creating a page. Usually we don't create pages. Usually those are normal people that way. But celebrities, they go behind creating what we call the Facebook pages, like politicians, maybe since they have millions of fans, they have a big fan following, like they're fan following people. So it is not, possible for the celebrity to connect with all the fans at the same time. It is difficult to address all the fans. So to meet the needs of the fans, they go behind creating pages. My colleague, Dr. Gaurav, he might have taken 2 sessions. He is having a Facebook page because he is coordinating the B.Ed program. So he is having many students, around 3,000, 2,500 students in academic year he gets, and 5,000 if it is 2 admission cycles. But of course, we have only 1 admission cycle right now. So he gets around 3,000 students in a batch. So to connect with all those students, it is difficult. So he created a Facebook page. Now he is giving lecture through the Facebook page. So it is easy for him to connect with the students when he is using the Facebook page. Friends, teachers, maybe this is one of the possibility of using Facebook. Go to this your Facebook account, click on this plus button, then you will get this kind of a window to create pages. And the second is creating group, which is this is our example, example. We have a Facebook page. The second way is again creating a group. You can create a group for your students. If your number of students are very less that way, maybe 100, 50 or 150, 200, then of course the teachers can create a group also. A group specifically, exclusively for your students. So whatever teaching learning processes are happening in a conventional normal face-to-face classroom, everything can be managed in your Facebook group that way. So click on this, people are aware of this, okay? Just click on this plus button, then click on group, then you give the details. The third way is, like Facebook use is, of course, it is not that way very much popular, but those who are not using WhatsApp and all, maybe they can make use of the Facebook Messenger. Now the Facebook have one more facility like creating a room. You can create a separate room for your students where only your students and you will be there in that room. So you can give lectures, everything. So whatever sharing, it falls under this category, like whatever social media tools I am discussing, most of the social media tools can make use of for sharing all these what I am showing here: video lecture, lecture note, text materials, assignment, web links, and announcement. Everything is possible through what all social media tools I am discussing. I'm coming back to this is IGNOU's Facebook page, creating group, then Facebook Messenger. There is one more product from the what we call the Facebook. This is the Facebook workplace. So if you're working in a college, like maybe some 2,000, 3,000 employees are there, including the students and all. So you can create a workplace in your Facebook also, workplace. So only you are just like creating that way a group. Workplace is specifically designed for your workplace. That's why the name workplace. So if you're working in a college, create a workplace account for your college. Then you can make use of that workplace to communicate your video lectures, everything which I was showing in the slide. So that is one. Now I'm just posting another question. Workplace is for the following. Now it is 3:14. So workplace you can use for sharing all the materials, grab people's attention, broadcast your big announcement, posting text, video messages, everything. So all those are possible in workplace. Now I am posting again a question again. Just come to the chat box and you can give an answer. Simple question again. So those who are sleeping since last few minutes, they can wake up and just answer this question. Great. So great. Many teachers already have the YouTube channels. I'll give you some time for creating, sir. Who to take workplace in? You can take workplace account, or your organization head can take a account, workplace account. It's always good to take the college head or university or your organization head. So few doesn't have the YouTube account, so it's very difficult that way. Into the teaching learning process without a YouTube account now, YouTube channel account. Okay, YouTube channel in a YouTube. This is how you will access. I'll give a demo of this also again. YouTube, how to access it. You have two options: either directly type in Google browser, click YouTube, then YouTube account will come, or you can go to email, because YouTube is again a product of Gmail, Google company. If you are going this way, directly browsing your YouTube in Google browser, and you will click on YouTube now, then when you are clicking on YouTube, then again they will ask you to sign up. So if you don't have any account in YouTube, definitely you need to sign in. Okay, sorry, first to sign up. But if you have a Gmail, you don't have to sign up again. You can simply sign in. Friends, let me make it clear again. There are two ways. Either this is how all the Google applications we are accessing. Either simply go to the Google browser and type the required tool. If it is Google Doc, you can simply type Google Doc here. If it is YouTube, simply type YouTube. Then click on YouTube. If you have an account, they will ask you for sign in. Otherwise, you have to sign up. If you have already a Gmail account, the best way I would suggest is you can go to your Gmail account first. You go to your Gmail account first, then click on these 9 dots, the Rubik's cube, which is shown on the right top of your Gmail account. Then all the Google applications will come out. All the Google applications. Very simple. All the Google applications. Now Google applications are here. See, if it is YouTube, this is what I was saying. You will go to YouTube account, then you have to sign in. When you are signing in, you have to give your Gmail ID. So better to avoid that kind of a step in between when you are accessing YouTube. The better way is go to your Gmail. This is what I do all the time. Then you can simply clicking this what I was showing, this 9 dots. Then you can take the YouTube. So you don't have to sign in again. After signing in, you can upload. So this is where the asynchronous tools, what we call the social media tools, all play. See, this is a social media tool. It's not like you are uploading something and rest of the world are seeing your video. No, absolutely not. If you upload a video, people can communicate, people can comment on your video, people can share your video. So that way it is getting circulated to a bigger audience that way. Of course, that way. So after signing in your YouTube account, you can click on this small plus button, something like a plus button here inside a video symbol, a video camera. There is a video camera, and inside that you will see a plus button. You will click on this plus button. When you click on this plus button, you will get two options, either to upload video or you can go live. This is how it is done. Facebook, I didn't show how how you can go live. There is some, the process is a little bit similar that way. Since we don't have that much, time, I am not showing that. So click on this plus button. You will get two options: upload video, go live. That way, upload video, go live. Then click on this upload video. Upload video. If you want to give a live lecture, you can click on go live. But if you are very new to a YouTube, you are very new to YouTube, then they won't allow you to do live lectures. Maybe it takes another 24 hours to get activated. So for the first time users, it will take another 24 hours to get it activated. Video uploading can be done all of a sudden. So click on upload video. When you are clicking on upload video, if you don't have a YouTube channel, then you have to create a YouTube channel. So you can directly that way upload any video to YouTube. You have to definitely create a YouTube channel for that first. So when you click on upload video, if you don't have the what we call the YouTube channel, they will ask you to create YouTube channel. You can click on get started. Then they will ask you to create a channel. Choose how to create a channel. You can either use your email account or you can create a new channel, like giving a new name. One of my YouTube channel is with my email ID only, which was given by Igno. So my YouTube channel is having the same name like Ajit Kumar C. Then there is something like we have a number. So that number is also appearing with my name. So my YouTube channel name is that way. If you want to give a new name, you have to click on select. Maybe for the beginners, they can start with this. I would suggest we are going to create a YouTube channel now for those who are not having. So click on this select, then you fill up all the details, then your channel is ready now. Now, once your channel is ready, I'll just demonstrate just of this process after creating your YouTube channel or after what we call creating the channel. Okay, once you have your YouTube channel, you will upload videos just by clicking this plus button. So this is my YouTube channel. This is what I was saying. This is my YouTube channel name, Ajit Kumar C-4056. Then these are the videos which I have what we call uploaded in my YouTube channel. There is a facility for editing the YouTube videos that we are uploading. There are two possibilities. You can make use of any video editor for editing your videos, or you upload your videos to your YouTube channel. Then you can click on this, what we call the your videos. When you click on your videos, you will see the videos that you have uploaded. Then you can click on YouTube Studio. It is just like a studio where the processing happens. This is the normal concept of a studio, the photograph studio and all. Okay, I'll click on YouTube Studio. Then all my videos will come. I'll select one video. Then you can add, music to your video. You can add images. Many things are possible, which is not a part of this lecture. So I won't be touching much on that. But you have facilities for that, which is the video editor. Great. Friends, that is over. Now I'll just share the screen again. Now let me give. I'm sharing my what we call. Your voice is not audible. Oh, I should keep it like this then. Sorry for that. Let me check my volume also. This is 100. This is maximum. That I just bring it near to my. Okay. Now you are seeing my email. Anyone please reply? You are seeing my email account. Voice is okay. Thank you. You are seeing my email account now. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Friends, you are seeing my email account now. So this is my email. As I said, to take the Google application, first go to your email account, then click on these 9 dots and click on that. Then I'll just click on YouTube. YouTube is here. I just click on YouTube. So the YouTube will be coming in a new window. YouTube in a new window. I can close this. Maybe this also it is not. So this is my YouTube channel. Okay, this is my YouTube. You will find many YouTube videos. It's not only my videos. This is a, I mean, like a internet account, YouTube account. So if I want to see my videos, I'll just click on your videos. This is what I was saying, your videos. I just click on your videos. So you can see my channel, Ajit Parsi 4056, 97 subscribers. This is what I was saying, YouTube Studio. These are the videos which I have uploaded in my YouTube account. All those are statistics related. Okay, few I mean like videos related to e-content development. This was yesterday's lecture. It was live through YouTube. Then it gets stored in my YouTube account. So this is that Pitt Memorial College lecture. Okay. Now I was saying to upload some video, you have to click on this plus button. When you click on that plus button, you get two options: upload video, go live. Just click on upload video. When it is asking for upload video, I mean, like, since I have already the YouTube channel account, it will not be asking for me to create a new channel. So friends, this is how you have to do. I am giving you 2-3 minutes time. Those who don't have any YouTube account, they can simply go to the email. See, when I'm clicking on you upload video, this kind of a window comes for me. Now I have a e-content video. So I'll just click on select files. I have to bring in the YouTube videos. Then there are few things which we need to fill, that we will fill and just click on. So I'll select the video now. I'll select the video, then open, then rest of the process happens. Okay. So we are not going to that. So what you can do is, I'm giving you 2-3 minutes time. Those who don't have a YouTube channel, they can simply go on their email first. They go to email, then click on this Rubik's Cube 9 dots, then take YouTube. If you are not finding, as I said in the beginning, if you are not finding YouTube here, come down, then click on more from G Suite Marketplace. Click on this, then it will take you to a new window. From there, you can find the YouTube. So I'm taking a break of, now it is 3:27, maybe by 3:30 I'll be coming back. So till that time, you can take a break that way. Go to your email. Those who don't have what we call the YouTube account, they can create a YouTube account. Those who have YouTube channel, they can simply go to the, I mean, like the videos available, YouTube Studio, all those they can see. You can create 2-3 channels. Okay, just to go to settings, then you can, I mean, like, there are facilities for creating many channels, but maybe for a teacher like us, I don't think we don't need that way many channels. So I'm taking a break 3:27, 3:28. You can just create a YouTube channel account, and in the chat box, you can give the YouTube channel name. I'm just waiting for the YouTube channel name. So those who don't have, many teachers are responding. Okay, I'm just taking a break for maybe 3 up to 3:30. We can. Hello. So now you can come back. Okay, those who have not done, maybe after this class, you can create a YouTube channel. So YouTube channel is very much important that way. You can come back. Okay, you leave where it is now. You can come back to the lecture. Uh, so you need to have a YouTube channel. This is very important. People are developing many videos that way. The simplest way is you can simply use your mobile device, put it on selfie mode, then give a lecture maybe for 30-45 minutes. You can record that and that can be posted in the YouTube channel. Very simple. Or switch on your what we call the laptop or desktop, use your webcam, give a lecture sitting in front of the laptop or desktop, and that can be uploaded in the YouTube. Very easy. There are many things to discuss that way with the YouTube channel. So I'm not going into all those details. Okay. So this is the most popular second, maybe we can say. Now I am sharing my screen. Let me again come back to the chat window. Where is that? Sorry. So you are seeing my teacher tube. Now I am sharing teacher tube. Anyone please? You are seeing my PowerPoint presentation titled teacher tube. Teacher tube. You are seeing teacher tube. Yes, thank you. So teacher tube, just like now I'll be moving a little fast because and I mean like most of the tools which we are going to discuss now, the social media tools which are very popular that way, you don't have to discuss that way many things regarding it. Just to mention all this, teacher tube is also like you can upload videos in teacher tube also. This is also very popular that way, like YouTube. This is especially, I mean like you will find the videos which are related to teaching learning processes. So you can create an account in TeacherTube, then all the teachers can see your videos, make use of your videos also. You can also make use of the what we call the videos available in TeacherTube. That way very easy. So you just make a note of this device, the TeacherTube, this social media tool. The interesting part is with every social media, as I said in the beginning, you can create communities. You can create some groups where, suppose I am teaching physics, I can create a group where only the physics teachers will be available. So whatever YouTube videos they are making, that I can access. Whatever videos I am creating, that can be shared in TeacherTube, and that will be that can be used by the other physics teachers. This is the easy part and interesting part of the teacher tube. So make just to make a note of teacher tube, you will find audio programs also, video programs also. Just to go and make a account. The next is Twitter, which I have already quoted. Twitter is another social media tool. Twitter also, maybe I'll relate this to the celebrities, maybe politicians, film stars, and all. Those are that way a celebrity to connect with thousands, millions of people, they can make use of Twitter account. Just if you feel that way, it is required for your teaching learning process. Of course, create a Twitter account. Then you can share whatever I was saying in the video link. Everything is possible. But for video link sharing, you need to have the YouTube channel first. Then you have to keep uploading YouTube videos or e-text in your personal website and all. So first you need to develop the e-content that way, then that can be shared you through the Twitter account. Now coming back to the next slides, coming to just create a Twitter account. The process of posting something in Twitter is called tweeting. We are seeing that tweet by, I mean like since the last 2-3 weeks, our film star Amitabh Bachchan, he was continuously posting many things in the Twitter. Okay, that's what I was saying. He is a celebrity, and to make aware of his fans, the present, I mean, like what we call the health condition, he used to steal it, and this is coming in the newspaper and all. So you think of whether you want to use or not. This is why I was saying this is up to you whether you want to use all the social media tools. As I said, we have a Twitter account in IGNOU. Since there are millions of students in IGNOU, we make use of this Twitter account. This is the Twitter account of IGNOU. So if there is a lecture in the Facebook, they used to post that details in the Twitter, so it will reach to millions of students. That WhatsApp is very common, nothing to discuss that way. You can use WhatsApp in your computer also, laptop and desktop. You go to Google browser and click for WhatsApp. Then you can download this WhatsApp web, download WhatsApp. Then you switch on that WhatsApp. Then you switch on WhatsApp in your, what we call, in your mobile also. Then you can see something like, WhatsApp web. I don't know whether it is visible. WhatsApp web. You can see a WhatsApp web here. I'll just bring it. Okay. It's not visible that way. You find something like 3 dots on the right side of your WhatsApp. Then you can see something like WhatsApp web. You click on that WhatsApp web. When you click on that WhatsApp web, you can see a, what we call, a scanner, QR code scanner. Then that QR code scanner, you have to point to this QR code. We will have a session on, I have a session on QR coding also. So then WhatsApp will be available in computer. So you don't have to always look at your mobile phone when you are using laptop or desktop to see what WhatsApp messages and whatever is happening in the WhatsApp. So you can get it in your computer also. There are 2 ways: either create a group for your student, like classroom. This is, people are doing this. You can create a broadcast list with all your students. Then when a message is posted, it goes to, if you have 50 students in your classroom, it goes to all the 50 students. So click on new group or new broadcast. This is the facility of that. You click on new broadcast, then add all your students to the broadcast list. So it's just like tweeting in a Twitter. So if you want to convey a message to your students, you can simply post in broadcast list, so it will reach to all the students that way. These are the 2. This is one Indian alternative of WhatsApp. This is from Microsoft Kaisala. Popular, but people are not using that way. But just to mention, this is also popular. Now, Telegram. In WhatsApp, we can only accommodate 257 participants. So if your number goes beyond that, you can use Telegram. This is what we are seeing when we are conducting a webinar nowadays. Okay, they create a Telegram group because many people get registered in the webinar. So all those people can be accommodated in the Telegram. So you have to think of how you can use Telegram. So what I'm saying is, if your number goes more than 257, it is the best option would be, maybe all the people will be suggesting to use Telegram. So you have all these facilities like connect, coordinate, send, everything is possible in Telegram. Create a group just like what we are seeing in the WhatsApp. This is not that way very much popular, but like in the teaching learning process, but this is specifically for posting the photographs and images, Instagram. So you can think of how you can use Instagram, but this is also popular that way. And just now, for higher education teachers, I would suggest you should have a LinkedIn account. This is the world's largest professional network. This is the largest professional network. So since there are many people from the teaching industry in higher education, they can of course go behind the LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn, there is a facility for searching job. Then to create groups, everything is possible. So start a LinkedIn account. Then you can start posting just like what we are doing in a Facebook. Start posting. The other easy, not easy, the interesting, the beauty of LinkedIn is they have a product like a SlideShare, which you are seeing here, SlideShare. So those people who are giving lectures like to an audience or in webinars, they make, definitely they make, most of the people make PowerPoint presentations. And if you want to share this PowerPoint to a bigger audience, like not only to our, what we call the audience who are in the webinar, if you want to share this PowerPoint to a bigger audience across the world, then you can go behind SlideShare. So make a LinkedIn account, then you can click on the SlideShare, then you can start uploading your PowerPoint presentations. So your PowerPoint presentations could not be saved that way as PowerPoints, but you need to convert that as PDF files. So I think this, the people are already aware of this. I just show you some how you can, make it as a PDF file. This is my PowerPoint. When I click on file, I'll get like save as option. I'll get a save as option. I'll click on save as, then it will ask you for where to save. I'll click on browse. I'll click on browse. Very simple. I'll take for the time being my desktop to save that. Then I'll come to the file name. Then this is file name. Then I'll click on this save as type. I'll click on this. Then you have a number of options to save it as in different formats, not only PowerPoint. So what I'm saying is, in SlideShare, if you want to save your PowerPoint, it will not be saved as PowerPoint, but it will be saved as PDF only. So you have to convert your PowerPoint to PowerPoint as PDF. So this is how it is done. Go to file, then click on the, I'll just demonstrate again. Very simple that way. File, then save as, click on, then search the place where you want to save. This is 345. I'll select desktop from my computer. Then I'll click on this. I'll click on PDF. You can see PDF here. Okay. Now just click on save. So your PowerPoint will be saved as now PDF. This PDF you can save it in the SlideShare account. So this is one of the ways. So both your students and many people across the world can use your PowerPoint for teaching learning. So you make a note of this LinkedIn account, the SlideShare account, which is a product of LinkedIn. Now the second, maybe social media tool, the higher education teachers can make use of is the ResearchGate. Go to ResearchGate, create one account, then you can start uploading all your research papers. This is very much important for the, higher education teachers, because now it's very mandatory that we need to have citation index and all. So how you will get citation points? How you will get citation points? The research papers that you have published, that has to be quoted by someone, of course. So if it is not available in the internet, nobody is going to quote that way. Okay, if it is a hard copy textbook which is lying in the library, all the people cannot access that. Hard copy. So we need to have the soft copy which is available in the internet. So ResearchGate is one of the options. You can create an account in the ResearchGate and you can start uploading all the research papers that you have. So ResearchGate, make a note of that. Just go to ResearchGate, join for free. All those are free websites. Okay. Then add your all the research papers, published research. You can see published research, conference papers, presentations, posters. All those can be posted in your ResearchGate account. The third, maybe for higher education, will be academia. You see the bigger, down here, there are millions of people in the academia. Again, you start an account in the academia, start uploading your, so it increases your what we call the citations. If you have only uploaded your papers in ResearchGate, many number of people will not be accessing that. If you have the same purpose in academia, then the possibility of, I mean, like searching that research paper will be more in number. So you start an, I mean, like an account in academia and start uploading your research papers. Upload. This is the academia account. Upload. Click on upload and start uploading. The most popular that way, maybe I would also suggest you to get an account in Google Scholar. Google Scholar. So you can see these are some of my purpose which is not cited by anyone. If anyone cites your paper, the count will come here, cited by 1 people, 2 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. So that way, this can be used when you are applying for your promotions also. Those are from higher education industry. Google Scholar. Pin interest is not that very much important, but see how does it work. Suppose I am searching a website which is related to, for example, suppose it is teacher education. Many websites will be coming in the, it will be shown in the Google browser. So it is, maybe for me, it is sometimes difficult to remember all those websites. So one way is we will bookmark that event, bookmark that website. Otherwise, you can create a account in the Pinterest. This is a software application for that. So you create an account in the Pinterest. You sign up first, then create an account. Then when you find any website which is suitable for your teaching learning process, that you can bring in your Pinterest account. So you don't have to take the risk of, I mean, like remembering the website name, writing it somewhere. This will be in your Pinterest account. So you have to only go to Pinterest and access that website. So Pinterest is a very good social media tool that way. Pinterest account, just make note of that. How to add website to Pinterest. This is how it is done. When you visit a website, you just you will see this kind of a symbol in the website. If you have a Pinterest account, if you are visiting any website, if it can be added to your Pinterest account, you can click on this P button which is shown. Then that will be added to your. Next is blog. Maybe for teachers belonging to what you call the literature or language studies, they definitely need to create a blog which is nothing but a personal diary. You can keep on posting like whatever teaching learning resources you have. One of the simple tools, interesting tools, popular tools, which will help us to create a blog is the Blogger. Again, this is a product of Google, and this is how you can access that. Go to your email, click on these 9 dots, the Rubik's Cube, then you can see Blogger here. Blog. Just click on Blogger, then you can create a blog for you. I mean, like if you're a teacher from any level of education, like elementary or education, that doesn't matter. You just click on Blogger and start filling your details. That way, a blogger is generated. So this is a blog of, I mean, like one of my colleagues' blog. So this is how it will look like. Create a new blog. You have to give the title, address, everything. You can select any, I mean, like default themes from the website. Then this is how it will look like when you have a new blog. Then you can click on post and start posting the teaching learning resources. The next blog site which I will quote is, which I like to quote is Templar. You can also have a look on the Templar. Just note down this Templar. Templar is also a blog site where you can post stories, photos, GIFs, TV shows, links, clips. Many things are possible in Templar also that way. Maybe this is a kind of a multimedia blog. Even Blogger is also a multimedia kind of. This is one of my Tumblr accounts, but which I am not using that way regularly. Just for the demonstration purpose, I have created a blog. So this is how it will look like when you create it. This is a free tool. Okay, go to Tumblr, Google browse that. Then when you reach your Tumblr, you can see something like a plus button here, new. Click on that. Then you give the details. Then your blog is created. This is Ajit's e-learning. This is a I mean, like a Tumblr account. Now I can post text materials, photos, links, quotes, chats, audio programs, video programs. All those are possible in this blog. So all this can be posted in, now what is the time? It is going to 352. Text, photos, everything you can post in Tumblr account. Flickr, not that way used, but if you want to specifically that way share your good photographs to a big audience, a larger audience, you can go behind Flickr. Flickr. This is Flickr account. Use make a Flickr account. It's not that way. I mean, like you don't have to create a Flickr account for our teaching learning purpose. But of course, those are, I mean, like very much talented and creative in clicking photographs and all. If you want to share these photographs to a to the world, then they can have a Flickr account that can be shared in the Flickr account. Very simple. Now, I would request all the teachers and the participants to have a look over this website, Pixabay. The images, most of the images, some of my images are screenshotted. I just click the screenshot of the image which I am visiting, and that will be added to my PowerPoint presentation. If I don't get any picture which is related to my presentation, I just go to this website, Pixabay. This is very much required because you are going to create a number of e-content, I mean like e-text, PowerPoints, videos, then audio programs and all. Audio programs we don't require the PowerPoint. But if you are developing any e-content, e-text, digital text, or video program, or something in what we call the blog, you need to have many images. So you can go to Pixabay and search for the images that you are looking for. This is a copyright-free image website. You don't have to take permission from the creator of the, I mean like the image. You can simply copy and paste in your web, or what we call the PowerPoint, and use in your e-text or PowerPoint that you are using. So I would also like to tell, I mean like the images that you are seeing in my presentations, I have taken from this website. So I don't have any, I mean like problem of the copyright issues because these are copyright free images. You can also, of course, you can click images in your mobile, maybe laptop, that can be uploaded in the Pixabay, but you need to have very good pixel images. Otherwise, they want the Pixabay, I mean like software will not accept your image. So you click very beautiful using your DSLR camera, or those who are having good mobile phones with the good pixel quality, they can of course click images and post in Pixabay. So you can have a look over this Pixabay. You can again create what we call the community here. You can share images. Everything is possible in Pixabay. Social media tools are also available in what we call the Google Classroom, where you can use the Google Groups for engaging your students in discussions. Moodle is also having that facility. Microsoft Teams is a very good LMS platform where number of what we call blogs can be integrated. You can use your personal website. Everything can be integrated in the. So what I'm saying is in LMS also, learning management systems also, social media integration is possible. That way you can share your teaching learning content, Edmodo. These are the popular ones. Skype is again a social media tool. You can either use it for synchronous teaching learning process or maybe posting your teaching learning content. You can create groups there in Skype also. The possibilities: audio, video calling, messaging, screen sharing, call recording is possible. Wiki is another social media tool. Wiki, whatever we are seeing in the Wikipedia, we can also edit, we can also add. I mean, like this is, very easy that way. 2-3 days back, we were seeing the National Education Policy 2020, and it is coming after 34 years. The new education policy. So if you see on the Wikipedia, you can see the national education policy. This is not added by our government of India. Okay, anyone who is having knowledge about it, new education policy 2020, they can of course add that content to the Wikipedia. Only thing is that you have to create an account in Wikipedia. then go to any website which you are looking for, like if it is education policy, and if you have a new knowledge, new information regarding the new education policy, you can also add what we call that content to the Wikipedia website. So this is that way a collaborative kind of a platform where the information is getting updated each day. That way you can create an account and you can keep new information in the Wikipedia website very easy. So those who don't have any Wikipedia account, just go to Wikipedia and create a account in the, this is how it will look like. Okay, go to Wikipedia, welcome to Wikipedia. Then you can see create account here, create an account. So if you have some information related to this, of course, you can simply do like what we are doing in a Microsoft Word or Google document. Just click on that and keep adding your information in the Wikipedia. So friends, I think I have come to the conclusion of my lecture. In today's lecture, I was discussing about some of the changing roles of the teachers. Then a major part of my discussion was about social media, which is of course the title of today's lecture, how you can use social media tools for in disseminating information, in engaging your students in the teaching learning process. Maybe for the next few minutes, I may take up if you have any queries. Just if I can answer, I'll answer. Otherwise, maybe I'll come to know. So that's from my side. I'll hand over the mic to my Dr. Nagaprasad. It's over, sir, now from my side.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll just.
Sir, in these all these tools, which one is better to use?
Yeah, that's what I was saying somewhere in my lecture, that it is up to you. It is up to your audience which tool you want to use. Okay. For my teaching learning purpose, I'm using for my students in IGNOU, I'm using Google Classroom, Google Groups. This is also a social media tool. I have a YouTube channel where I used to post some of the maybe content which is related to the program postgraduate diploma in education technology. So that way I am using, not making use of many tools. But I was quoting in my lecture again about my colleague Dr. Gaurav. He is using Facebook page. My another colleague Dr. Niradhar is using again YouTube channel. He is posting many videos in his YouTube channel that way. So it is up to you, your audience, your students, which tool is best for you. But I am sure most of the teachers are using the what we call the WhatsApp. This is also that way social media tool. So it is up to you. You just think of, you bring in your creativity and use the tool which is working for your situation.
Before you leave, please take a minute to give us feedback on your learning experience.
Somebody is asking for Wikipedia donation. So you also give some donation. That's good. Okay, I don't think you won't be getting.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Ajit, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ajit, sir, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Sir, this is Manoj from Nizamabad.
Okay, sir.
So it was nice session, sir. We have seen number of tools.
Thank you, sir.
Just you can show your email ID and number, please. Last slide, and can you share the PPT also, sir?
Definitely. I'll share this email to Nagaprasad, Dr. Nagaprasad. If
Okay.
he's having a WhatsApp group, definitely you will get. This is an open education resource by PPT.
Yeah, they're having WhatsApp group also, sir. No problem.
Yeah. You can of course use my PowerPoint presentation. You don't have to take my permission. Of course, you have all those freedom. This is a OER material.
Okay.
You will get. I'll share with you. Okay. Definitely. Just a search. Just a short stay. Yeah. Any more doubt?
Yeah. Any more doubts you can ask, sir? They can explain everything.
Maybe Dr. Naga Prasad's kids are enjoying. So that's what the I mean, like, voice we are hearing.
Yes, sir. My kid is
No issue, no.
watching their
Great,
Papa
great.
Pig, Papa Pig.
Great.
Yeah, anybody have?
Anybody, if you have,
Yeah, everything is coming in excellent session, excellent session. Okay, sir. I think so. There is no questions from the participants.
yes. Then we can,
Then we can close that session. Today's
yes.
session. And dear participants, tomorrow's session will be there at 11 o'clock only. And I think so 7th, your session is there on 7th, sir?
Yeah. My session is on 7.
Yeah.
Will be at the same time again.
Same time again, 2 to 4.
Yes.
Don't worry, I can post every link to you. Okay, thank you, Anandal, and thank you very much, sir. And given a brief explanation about all the tools which we have using it at an online mode. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm just leaving.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.